be placed into categories based upon the following criteria. Out-of-state student tuition will be students who live outside of the state of Michigan, F1 students who do not own property in Michigan, undocumented students who do not own property in Michigan. All other individuals, including immigrants, non-immigrants, work visa holders, and DACA or DACA students will be placed according to their home address. I have a motion to that effect.
So moved.
Is there a second? Motion by trustee Sullivan, supported by trustee O'Sullivan. Is there any discussion with regard to the tuition rates? Yes, trustee Kuhn.
Yes. I'm happy that we have finally gotten information that we requested quite a while ago, and that is, who are these out-of-state students? And we find that there are over 95% are, in fact, foreign students. And, you know, honestly, I don't think we should try and discourage those individuals from being at OCC. I think they provide an additional benefit to the OCC community, and I'm not really too keen to go with the 216 number. I will go with it, but I think that if you look at the rates, the 195.15 rate was right about 50% among community colleges here in Michigan. Now we're certainly in the top half as far as out of state. I don't favor that. But I'd also like to say that I think it's important for us to include the 5 points from the May 8th report on international student rates that we were provided as part of this motion. If it's going to be that rate of 216, which I don't care for, but I would like to move to add the 5 points as part of this motion, that we approve those 5 points. And they are found on page 1 of the report.
Just so that I'm clear, trustee Sullivan, which report are you referring to? I'm trustee Kuhn, sorry. All right.
And it's just that first page, the 5 points of their recommendation. I think we should specifically adopt them, because they are important elements, and this resolution does not include a lot of the details of what their recommendations were. The proposed resolution without those recommendations. So
Okay.
I will move to amend to include those 5 points.
All right, we actually have a motion on the table with a second, so I believe the appropriate action would be for the mover.
No, I'm just making a motion to amend.
Okay.
So you can always move to amend an existing motion, right?
All right, is there a second for the motion to amend to include the 5 items identified on page 1 of the May 8, 2014 report?
I don't mind supporting it, I'm just trying to find a copy of it.
And again, this just details what the committee has said.
Right.
Is the policy and should be the policy of the county.
Oh, okay.
Did you get it down?
I probably haven't gotten one instead of
All right, is there support for the motion to amend?
yeah.
Trustee Davis.
Trustee Davis did? Oh, did you? Okay. All right. All right, any further discussion with regard to the motion? I'm sorry, let's take the motion to amend. Any discussion with regard to the motion to amend? Well, let me just make a comment. This is for the members of the public who may not have had an opportunity to review the executive summary. It does include language with regard that led to the recommendation to the board. So I don't necessarily have a problem with any of it. That's what, I guess I'm a little unclear and not real comfortable with adopting it word for word as a policy at the college, because I don't think it was created for that purpose. So that's my concern about it. I'm kind of scanning over it right here to see if I have a specific problem, but personally, I would prefer that they be two different motions, as opposed to linking it with the tuition increase. But that's just my thoughts on it.
What do you think, Colonel?
Okay, I'll make it separately. I'll
If
drop
you
the
don't-
motion at this point
Okay.
and
So
make it separately.
I'm okay to withdraw the motion now, right? Okay, so I appreciate that, and then we'll come back to it. All right, so on the table, we have the motion as I read with regard to the tuition rates only. Any discussions or further discussions with regard to that?
I'd just like to say I wanted to thank everybody who were here tonight and voiced their concerns about the tuition rate increases. I think, being here 20 years myself, one of the things we have always done was keep tuition down, always. And we did a good job of it, and we did it for a long, long time. I know that young students, especially in this economy, aren't having an easy time, and such as our photographer who has to work 2 jobs but that's the way it is with everyone now with the young people. They have to work 2 jobs to even just get in 40 hours. Things change. The increase to me is, if we did have an increase in the past, I know it was just pennies, but this time, I think that the economy, with the way it is, and you were all here for our budget meeting, and you heard our chief financial officer saying that we're having to get into money, maybe, I don't know how many, couple million or more, to balance our budget. We've never had to do that before. And I want to apologize, and it just really, truly hurts me to the core about having to do this. But as a trustee, I wouldn't be doing my fiduciary responsibility if I said no. So I'm going to be voting for it, and again, my apologies to everyone.
All right, thank you. Any further discussion or comments with regard to the motion? I have a couple of comments. I agree with Trustee Davis completely in terms of what we've done in the past. I think the focus of the board was to primarily give the benefit to students who were paying taxes locally. Because as we just found out in the budget report that a vast majority, over 50% of the college, is funded by the property taxes of Oakland County payers. And so that was always my focus, both last year as well as this year, in terms of how we allocated credit. I appreciate, however, the task force in pointing out some of the things that maybe the board missed in the last couple of years. Not having looked at the fact that out-of-state or international students may very well, in fact, be paying property taxes here in Oakland County. So having done that, I think this is a fair realignment and adjustment. I think that the task force called into play a lot of people that maybe we didn't hear from in the last couple of years, and so that was a good thing. So I'm definitely supporting the proposed tuition.
May I say one more thing?
Yes.
One more thing I'd like to say to the people that were here tonight that came up to the microphone is that since you're good at getting people together to show up for an event, maybe you should be contacting your congressman and getting a more in-depth definition of the word undocumented. And the reason that I'm bringing that up is because of what the gentleman attorney from Pontiac brought up tonight about the different the definitions maybe that is in place now, but what the reality is to it. And anyway, that's all I had to say.
All right, thank you. Any further discussion with regard to the motion? All right, we have a motion to approve the credit hour tuition increases as indicated in red. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? None opposed, and the motion passes 5-0. All right. So we now, Trustee Kuhn, as I understand your motion, the motion would be to approve the executive summary, page 1, May 8th, 2014, items 1 through 5, as the basis for the tuition actions by the college, something to that effect.
Well, basically, Chair Kelly, it is to approve the recommendations 1 through 5, as you indicated. And it's not just the basis of that,